Hey, today we're going to be dealing with this question right here, question number 21 in grade 7, unit 6, test A. We're calculating simple interest, where we've actually already been given the interest rate. So the interest rate's 11%. The earned interest after the time frame is $39.60, and we've had that money in the bank for 6 months, and we want to know, well, how much money did we actually invest in the bank to begin with? So we want to discover the principal. There's a couple of tricky things about this problem. One being that the time they give you in all the other problems is represented as years, or they don't give it to you and you can solve for it. In this case, they're giving you 6 months. 6 months is not a year, so it would be 0.5 of a year, or half of a year. So we need to represent that value as 0.5. And then interest rate, you always want to represent your interest rate as a decimal. So the decimal of 11% would be 0.11. So let's get right down to that. The equation looks something like this. This is the equation I borrowed right from the book. You'll notice from page 252 of the red book, simple interest is equal to the principal times the annual interest expressed as a decimal times whatever time frame we're dealing with. So we have $39.60 is equal to the principal that we don't know times 11%, which we're going to represent as a decimal, times time. And our time happens to be half of a year, and so we're going to represent that as 0.5. And it's okay if you go ahead for these problems and use a calculator. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see if my camera will focus on both things here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to get that p by itself, and I want to get rid of this 0.11 first. So 3960 divided by 0, or 0.11. 0.11 or 0.11 is going to give me the same result, is 360. So then the next equation would look like this: 360, now that I've gotten rid of the 0.11, equals p times whatever the time is, and that is a half of a year. And now we just have to get rid of the 0.5. And we're going to do the same operation. We're going to divide both sides by 0.5. 0.5 divided by 0.5 is nothing, so all we'd be left with there is p. Then we would just want to divide the 360 here by the 0.5. So we'll just take that value 360 and divide it by 0.5, and you get the answer 720. So the principal is equal to $720. Sounds like a lot of money if you end up with $39.60 as your simple interest, but you can check your work really easily by plugging the 720 in for p. If you just take 720, so our answer, multiply it by 0.11, enter, and then multiply again times 0.5. I think I confused the calculator. I'm going to start back over. 720 divided by 0.11. I'm sorry, I confused myself, not the calculator. 720 times 0.11 times 0.5. And you can see that that answer, having plugged in 720 as the principal, when we multiply 720 times 0.11, then multiply that again by 0.5, we do get the value 39.6, which was that initial simple interest that we started with, $39.60. So there you go.